So, hello students, welcome to EduTap and welcome to the lecture 4 of ARD Static part. Here we will study agrometrology, but your agrometrology is a broad topic. Okay, there are too many things to cover in agrometrology. So we have divided agrometrology in two parts, and this will be the first part, and we will cover and study about the agroclimatic zone in this particular part. Okay, so before moving to the today's class, I would like to ask you about the question that I have asked in the last session, and in this video we will find the answer. So the question was, which method of harvesting leaves the root and the lower part of the plant and cut to give the stubble crop is known as. Okay, so if we leave stubble or any part of the plant in the field, that particular cropping system will call, that you have to answer, and the correct answer here will be, as most of you have given the correct answer in the comment section, I do commend you for that, and the correct answer will be all of the above. Okay, you can see here that ratoon cropping, as we have discussed what it was when you left some part of the plant in the field. Okay, after harvesting the part, edible part you have harvested, and you have left the stubble or non-economic part in the field. So, and stubble cropping is also called reharvesting and second cropping. This particular question was covered in your NABARD Grade A 2017 in phase 1. Okay, now let's start our class, but before that, if you are new here, do remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can join our Telegram channel too if you want the PDF of the lecture. Okay, so very good, Nishant, Dark Horse, Nilesh, you all have given the correct answer. Hi Nishant. So now let's move to today's class. So as again, what we will do, first of all, we will cover the PYQs. Okay, so the first PYQ was from last year, and it was covered in phase 1. So the question was, which type of ecosystem in India has richest alluvial soil with adequate water? Your options were Northern Plains, Eastern Plains, Western Plateau and Hills, Central Plateau and Hills, or none of the above. So if any of you know the answer, can answer today. Now I'm giving you an opportunity to answer the question, so that you know there will be a +1 marks if you have appeared in the last year's exam. So okay, Rathod had answered. Okay, so I won't provide you answer here, but when we cover this particular topic, I want you again to reattempt this particular PYQ. Okay, so let's move. Okay, Asif have attempted the answer. Nilesh has attempted the answer. Very good, Vicky. So most of you have attempted the answer, and don't worry, even if you are wrong here, it's no worry, because you can be wrong here. But you don't have to, when you're appearing in the exam, there you should have 90 or 100% of accuracy. So let's move to the second PYQs, because see, today we are only covering agroclimatic zone, and this particular zone is very important. Particular topic is very important. Why? We have to take a look at all the zones, and question can appear from any of that. Okay, so the second question that appeared from this particular topic was, Haryana belong to which of the following agroclimatic zone? Again, this question was appeared in 2020 NABARD Grade A exam in phase 1, and your options were Western Himalayan region, Lower Gangetic Plain region, Trans-Ganga Plain region, Upper Gangetic Plain, or none of the above. Okay, so again we will cover this particular PYQ, and you will have to answer the PYQ after we cover all the syllabus that we are covering today. So let's move to our class today. So first of all, what we are talking about, agroclimatic zone. And what are your agroclimatic zone? See, agroclimatic, you can tell from the name. Agro means agriculture, climate means whatever weather you have for a long period of time. So agroclimatic zone is when you divide the climatic zone according to your agricultural needs. And what are the factors that are important in your agriculture? Okay, so most of you have attempted the questions and PYQs answer in the comment section. Very good. So but for now, let's cover this, and you will know if you're right or wrong when we end the particular topic. Okay, and in the end you will also have a homework question that you have to answer in the comments. But for now, let's discuss this particular topic. So talking about agroclimatic zone, see, we all know your agriculture, there are some factors that are important, natural factors that are very important. These are like rainfall. Can anyone tell me the other factors that are important? I have left the most important factor for you to answer. So you have opportunity. Okay, very good. The answer started coming. Okay. So I have given you the hint. Rain is important. The other thing important for your crops are. Okay, I'll give you another answer. One can be temperature. The other thing can be, okay, yes, nature of your soil. Okay. So Rathod have given the correct answer. Temperature important. Nature of the soil is important. Okay. Humidity, Abhijit, very good, is important. So most of you have given the correct answer. So you know that India is a diverse country. Okay, Soil Mohammed had answered right. So India is a diverse country. Okay, so you all know if we go from one place to another place, even in some kilometers, there is a wide difference of temperature or climate. So you know, if you are, suppose you are agriculture minister and you have some you have some plan, but the plan is good for dry climate and not for humid climate, you can't apply it everywhere. Or suppose you are planning to, you know, put irrigation everywhere, you want to expand the irrigation, but if you go to the region where there is too much rain, okay, the sometimes flood is there due to rain, you can't be like, okay, you need irrigation there. So when you are implementing certain agriculture plans, okay, or agency or technology, anything related to agriculture, you need to have a ground knowledge. Okay, what kind of crop are growing there, what are good crop for there. Okay, if suppose a farmer come to you, he said that, okay, I'm from this particular region, what crop should I grow? So how will you recommend what crop he should grow? First of all, you need to have a knowledge, and this knowledge will be based on these climate zones. This climate zone means what kind of temperature is there, what kind of soil is there, how much rainfall is there, how much humidity is there. So that is all involved in this particular agroclimatic zone we are talking about. Okay, so I think that is clear. No, manure can't be your agroclimatic factor. Why? Because manure is something that you add. Okay, that is not already presented. So I hope that clear the confusion if you have anything. So if you need scientific management, if you want to implement any policy, you need to have a clear knowledge of climate zone. Okay, so we need to divide our geographical area according to the agroclimatic condition. That means according to temperature, according to humidity, what kind of soil they have. Okay, and जहाँ जिस area में uniformity होगी, you know, if area A and area B दोनों में temperature same रहता है, so you can put it in one zone. That we will see how India is divided into different agroclimatic zones. So for classification, we need to have some bases, and there are three classification bases that we need. First of all was given by Planning Commission of India. They plan out the agriculture, you know, plans or schemes are planned by them before Niti Aayog come into picture. So then there was ICAR given the agroclimatic zone, and they have given 127 agroclimatic zone. Okay, then there is National Bureau of Soil Survey and Land Use Planning, and they have given 20 ecological zone, that is further divided into subregions. Okay, talking about for your exam, the most important and the major question, you can also note that no question ever have been asked from these two. So the most important division becomes this one according to Planning Commission of India. Okay, so today we will focus on that only because we are preparing smartly in these classes. So talking about the Planning Commission and 15 agroclimatic zones, these are your agroclimatic zone. Okay, so the agroclimatic zone division was given in 1988 and 99. 15 agroclimatic zones were there, and they are further divided into 73 subzones. Okay, so you can note the climatic zone here that are very important. As you can see, even when there are different states, the climatic, according to climatic zone, they form one zone. Okay, then you can see sometimes many states form one zone, sometimes a single state is divided into 3 zones. So there's a lot of difference. That's why we need to have a clear knowledge. So that is something you have to memorize. Even if we read it here, you have to memorize it. And further, when we'll be discussing the particular agroclimatic zone, you will come to know कि कौन सी state कौन से zone में है and what is the rainfall, what is the climatic condition there. So that is that. So pause the video if you want, and you can even you know, study this particular zones after the video, and you can go back and study these zones. Okay, from this one you will have a clear picture. You know, how can you guess the temperature? Suppose you know somehow what kind of climatic condition are there in Jammu and Kashmir. So from there, since these are in same zone, what you can do, you can, you know, put it in one zone. So different state from one zone. So if you know about Kashmir, you can guess about Himachal Pradesh, you can guess about Uttarakhand. Okay, poor home fragrance, I think you should talk to, you know, you should watch the video that is presented by Anchit sir and Ritika ma'am. They will answer you, and if you have further query, I'll provide you with the, you know, address. You can write to us at hello@edutap.co.in if you have any query. Okay, for now let's focus on this, and I'll you know, further cater your query once the class is ended. Okay, so that we will have a continuous flow. So I'm so sorry, but in the end I'll take your question. So moving to this, so agroclimatic zone that we are talking about, first of all let's discuss, we'll take it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you have any confusion, you can rewind the video, go back and check the climatic zone, but I'll tell you what state come from the particular agriculture zone. So first of all we will talk about western Himalayan region. So Himalayan region and that are present in the west. So among in this we take Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. So यहाँ पे पता है आप सबको कहाँ जाते हैं आप घूमने के लिए, हिल स्टेशन, you go to these 3 states. Okay, so we can guess the answer from here. So what kind of climate is there? Of course, cool and humid. That's why we go there. Then annual rainfall is between 75 to 130, except where Ladakh, where the rainfall is below 30 centimeters. So that was about western Himalayan region. Let's move to now eastern Himalayan region. अब eastern Himalayan region में हमारे क्या आ जाते हैं? 7 states. So Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Sikkim, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, and also some districts of West Bengal. Okay, they all come in the eastern Himalayan region. And what kind of temperature, what kind of climate is there? Humid and subhumid. Why? Because there is too much rainfall. You must have heard there is flooding condition. So why? Because the annual rainfall is almost 200 centimeters. Sometimes it go beyond that. Also on that note, do tell me, India में most rainfall किस area में होती है? That is in northeast. So I hope you all know that you have to answer, and I'll tell you if anybody give the correct answer. Okay, so now let's move to the lower Gangetic plains. So for lower Gangetic plain, you should know that the West Bengal. So some districts are here in the eastern Himalayan region. Some other districts come in the lower Gangetic plain, and the climate here is mostly humid and dry humid, and the annual rainfall is between 100 to 200, or the upper limit you can take 200 or 250. Okay, now moving to middle Gangetic plain. So Uttar Pradesh and Bihar comes in the middle Gangetic plain, and the climate is moist and subhumid and dry humid, and the annual rainfall is 100 to 150. So you can see in the most region, north region, sorry, in north region there are too many rivers, and even after that the rainfall condition is moderate or above moderate. Okay, so north regions have plenty full of water. Okay, Abhijit has given the correct answer. Muhammad Asif have given the correct answer. Very good. So from there you can see the north region has plenty of water, and the kind of soil, what kind of soil is there? Basically alluvial soil is there. Okay, because river brought this kind of soil. There are too many rivers in Himachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, Uttarakhand, also in Uttar Pradesh too, Bihar too. Okay, so alluvial soil is there and water is plentiful. So now moving to the other zones. The other zone is upper Gangetic plain. Again, Ganga is there. So alluvial soil is there. Also western part of UP is covered in the upper Gangetic plain. The condition is subhumid or dry humid condition, but the rainfall is 75 to 150. Okay, now moving to the trans-Gangetic plains. So correctly remember, the Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi and Ganganagar district of Rajasthan are under trans-Gangetic plains. Okay, Rohit has also provided the correct answer. So semi-arid characteristics prevail in this region. Okay, 3 states we have talked about, and UTs too. So sorry, not the state, 2 states, 1 district of Rajasthan and 2 UTs. Okay, so these come under trans-Gangetic plains, and annual rainfall there is 50 to 100. Climatic condition there are semi-arid. Okay, now moving to the next zone. Next zone is here eastern and plateau hills, and for Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal and the inland part of Odisha, they all are covered in the eastern and plateau hills. So the climate here is moist, subhumid and dry subhumid. The annual rainfall falls between 75 to 150 centimeter. Okay, moving to the central plateau hills. So 46 districts of Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan are covered here. So 46 districts of Madhya Pradesh. The rest Madhya Pradesh, where it is covered, we will discuss in the next slide. So for now, climate is arid here. Okay, dry climate is here, and the western part, If we talk about eastern part, the climate is subhumid. See, even in the same zone, the climatic difference is there. Okay, that's why ICAR have given the different classification. And 1/3 of this land is not available for cultivation. This point again is very important for your exam. Do remember it. Okay, some point in this particular slide are very important. Like what? First of all, you should know the western part of UP are under upper Gangetic Plain. Then you should know 1/3 of land available in the central plateau hill is not under cultivation. It is not suitable. Why? Due to, see, the western part of the central plateau hills is arid in condition. Okay. Okay. You can write the doubt directly. I'll answer you. No need to ask. You can directly ask your doubt. So moving to the next. If the doubt is from here, I'll wait. You can write your doubt. Okay, water holding capacity of clay is more or silt loam? Clay has the most water holding capacity. Okay, why? Clay has small particles and they are bind together. Another thing that is a little different, and that we are going to chemistry, but what happens? The charges, are opposite in the clay. Particles are slightly charged, so what they do, they stick together. So a structure is like that. So how you can remember this? See, if we are talking about your silt loam has mixed particles. Some are clay, some are sand, some are silty particles. So your particle will be that. So there will be some place. But when we are talking about clay, the particles are very minute and the place is even smaller. Particle between the space between the particle will be even smaller. So water holding capacity of your clay soil is most. That's why also black soil. If we are talking about the other classification of soil, you can go with the black soil, regular soil. Okay, I hope that clear your doubt. Very good. So Rathore and Umila has also provided the correct answer, that is clay. So moving to this, we have discussed the central plateau hills, we have discussed the eastern and plateau hills, we have discussed upper Gangetic Plain, Trans-Gangetic Plain, and we know question appeared from Trans-Gangetic Plain in previous year too. Now let's move to the other zone. So western plateau and hills is the other zone, and the major part of Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and one district of Rajasthan is covered under the western plateau and hill condition. What kind of soil is there? See, black soil, or you can go with the regular. That's the same thing. Okay, similar soil has different name. The climatic condition are semi-arid climatic condition, and rainfall is between only 25 to 75 centimeter. So a little dry condition is there, black soil is there. Moving to the southern plateau and hills. So southern plateau and hills, what kind of conditions are there? First of all, the part of state that are covered under it are Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Then the area is dry zone agriculture. Okay, this again point is very important for your NABARD, that in southern plateau and hill, what we do, we apply dry land farm, dry zone agriculture technologies. Okay. Everywhere data is given 1 to 1.5 and silt loam is 2, officially given the university and internet. But I will learn. See, bigger your size, the bigger the size of the particles is, more space will be there. So water holding capacity will be less. Okay, so mostly when we talk about the data, this data is about the particle of, if the data is about the particle of the soil, this water holding capacity, and you can go, I can confirm you that too, the clay has most water holding capacity. The other soil, what happened, because clay only contains clay particle, no other particle is there. But when we talk about mixed kind of soil, silty loam, silty clay, any kind of clay loam, what happened? In these kind of soils, what happened? The soil particle of clay is also there. The soil particle of sands are also there. The clay particle of silt are also there. So somehow the space between, porous space that is responsible for holding or giving the permission of water to go down, that is more. So if more space between the soil particle, less will be your water holding capacity. Okay. So since the water holding capacity of the clay is most, why? Because most particle of the clay are depend only on clay particle. In NCERT also mentioned that clay has highest volume. Of course, yes. See, when we are talking about clay, only sand or only silt, we are talking about different sizes of particles. Clay means only clay particles. But when you talk about clayey loam or silty loam, it means we are talking about a mixture of that. The 50% will be this, 25 will be this, 25 will be this, or 75 will be this, 0 to 25 can be that, 0 to 25 can be that. Okay. Okay, Abhijit. So Abhijit has requested you all to let's continue this particular session and ask the doubt in the end. Okay. So now let's move to that. Western Plateau and Hill, we are talking about the major part of Maharashtra and MP and Rajasthan is covered. Black soil is there, semi-arid condition are there, and average rainfall is 25 to 75. Moving to the Southern Plateau, again we know Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu is there. Important point for your exam, dry zone agriculture. Even if you can't remember, do remember dry zone agriculture is practiced in Southern Plateau and Hills. Okay, then coming to the annual rainfall is only between 15 to 100. Okay, moving to the East Coast Plain. In the East Coast Plain, the states are Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry. So Odisha, we all know inland areas are covered. The other rest areas are under East Coast Plain. Okay, since coastal area also is provided in the state of Odisha. Then the climatic condition are semi-arid and dry subhumid. Rainfall is 75 to 150 centimeters. So I think that clears the East Coast zone. Talking about the West Coast Plain and Ghats. Okay. Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Goa, Karnataka, Maharashtra is there. Climatic condition is dry, subhumid and humid, and annual rainfall is more than 200. Okay, since the condition are subhumid, humid, again rainfall is more than 200. Now moving to the next zones, the remaining 3 zones are mostly your dry zones. Talking about Gujarat and Plain Hills, again 19 districts of Gujarat comes only under this particular zone. The arid and semi-arid condition persist in the Gujarat Plain and Hill, and the rainfall is between 15 to 100 centimeters. Okay, talking about the Western Dry Zone, in Western Dry Zone, 9 districts of Rajasthan are there. The rainfall is erratic. It means आपके rainfall have no singular pattern. Okay, sometime rain will be there, sometime no rain will be there, sometime it will rain for 2 days, then there will be no rain, and the average rainfall is 95 mm only. We are not talking about cm. That is 9.5 cm only. Okay, so do remember the degree that is given in the end. The desert climate is further cause high evaporation. So already low rain is there, and since the condition are arid, the desert climate also further cause evaporation. Okay, there is too much sun for too long, some sun goes there and the temperature is too high, and evaporation do degrade or cause desertification of our soil. Now talking about the island region of our country. Okay, I think this particular slide is wrong. I do apologize for that. So in island region we only talk about, you all know, Andaman and Nicobar, and we talk about Lakshadweep. Okay, so these are the island zone and Lakshadweep. Okay, this is not working. Okay, this is not working, but Andaman, Nicobar and Lakshadweep are covered there. And what kind of condition is there, that is your homework, that you'll have to study about the island region. I'll cover this in the next session. Okay, so when we are talking about alkaline and saline soil, you should know that in different part of India, the alkaline saline soil is present. So talking about the saline soil, your saline soil is also present in Haryana. It is also present in Rajasthan, some part of Rajasthan, and they are also present in some part of Maharashtra. So how can you know alkaline soil and saline soil, and also near coast? So when we are talking about Kerala, when we are talking about Tamil Nadu, these are all problematic soil, and all these soils are present there. Climate, salty, saline soil, or alkaline soil. So how can you know if some place have alkaline soil or saline soil? You must have heard about the lakes. And what kind of lakes? Salt lakes. So salt lake, if you know where in the country salt lakes are present, there will always be saline soil. Okay, there always be saline soil and alkaline soil too. So if you know that, you must have heard about many lakes that are present in Gujarat, not Gujarat, Rajasthan and Maharashtra. Okay, and the largest inland lake, salt lake, that you should know, that you'll have to answer in the next session. That is your homework, where it is present. I'll give you a hint. It is present some in Rajasthan or in Maharashtra. So you have to guess where it is and you'll have to know the name. So wherever you will have, and you must have heard where the salt come from. So inland salt, there are some lake, in these lakes the water evaporated and naturally the soil is extracted from these areas. Although the percentage is very low and most salt come from Rajasthan, Gujarat, but some percentage of salt also come from these inland lakes. Okay. So if anyone has any other doubt, okay, I think there was some query that the person don't have degree. So I don't think if you have degree, if you don't have degree, you can apply for the NABARD. You need to have a final result in your hand if you want to apply for the NABARD. And also the date should be after the release of the date should be date before the date of notification. If your notification is out, suppose on 2 January, your degree can be of 1 Jan, but not after 2 Jan. Okay. Summer, okay, Mohammed has given the answer, very good. So you can know that 2 Jan, I think that query was asked by somebody, and okay, pour home fragrance. So I think you can't apply if you don't have degree. You need to have final degree in your hand of bachelor's if you want to apply. If anybody has any other doubt, you can ask me. And if from the session you have any doubt anywhere, and you can ask there if you. So I think that was all about agroclimatic zone. See, agroclimatic zone you'll have to memorize again and again. So that's only why you'll be able to answer in the paper. Okay, there is no shortcut for that. But the important thing, as I have told you, what are the important things and everything, and these are the main points. So that you'll have to memorize, and the question will be direct and quite easy. So now let's move to our question PYQ that we have done, and we will answer it here. So now that is your chance to answer it. So which ecosystem hai? Alluvial soil. So they are richest in alluvial soil and water is adequately present. So you have to tell कि ये कौन से zone होंगे. Your option are northern, eastern, western, central plateau or none of the above. See, ARD static, I don't know how, for the short time, for the month of time you have, I can recommend you any book. So you can, if you only want to read about agronomy, you can go with other books. There are particular books for horticulture, but since your ARD section, it involves agronomy is there, soil science is there, then horticulture is there, fisheries is there, and animal husbandry is there. So if you want to know a book for agronomy, for soil, for horti, for fish, animal husbandry, even agriculture engineering is there. So if you want to know the book and you think you can cover the book in the particular time, remember the data, and it is only for ARD static, then you want to go for ARD current affair, ESI, both static and current affair, then you have only current awareness too. Then the other session that you have to make. So I don't want to recommend you a wrong book. That's why I don't think I can recommend you, though I'll ask you, and if there is a book that you hardly want to go for any book, I'll tell you in the next session. Okay, for now my recommendation is prepare smartly. Okay, see syllabus, do the topic, find the video, and be honest, and be revise repeatedly. Once it is not enough that you cover all these books for the particular topic. But the important thing here is that you'll have to revise and you have to memorize for the exam. So that was it. So most people have given the correct answer. Tarun is correct, Conado is correct, and Abhijit is correct. The correct answer is your northern plain. See why? We know in in western and central plateau, the conditions are somewhat arid, semi-arid, subhumid. In eastern, we know the conditions are humid, and since there are less river, the correct answer will be northern plain. Okay, so moving to the next. Haryana belong to which of the following agroclimatic zone? Your options are these: western, lower, trans, upper Gangetic, or none of the above. Yes, I think you can easily answer it now. This is quite easy now. So Haryana only comes under one climatic zone. It's not like UP or Maharashtra or Rajasthan that has different further division, and it comes under different zones. So most of you are giving the correct answer. Very good, Abhijit, Dark Horse, Rathod. You all are correct, and the correct answer will be yes, Konado. The correct answer will be Transganga Plain region. Okay. So now we'll come to your homework question, and the last question for you to solve, and do let me know in the comments. Okay, not in the chat but in the comments, so that I know you are revising it, and I'll answer the question in the next video. The question is, Goa belong to again which of the following agroclimatic zone? Your option are West Coast Plain and Ghats, Gujarat Plain and Hills, Southern Plateau and Hills, Western Plateau and Hills, or none of the above. So this is going to be quite easy if you have revised it. If you don't know the answer, don't worry, go back to the video, watch the video again and revise it. And I'll again focus on the word revise, because agroclimatic zone is something that you can't cover in one day and one read. Okay, you need to revise it again and again. So don't provide, go back in the video. I know that is a little confusing, and you'll be able to guess the answer correct. Okay, so that end our session. If you have any query now regarding the exam, regarding the ARD current affair part, you can ARD static part, you can ask me, or also for the ARD current affair part. So if you have any query, do let me ask. If you have a question in general, do let me know. So I don't know. Kunal, don't worry, go back. I have told you Goa kaun se mein hai. I have written the name of the state. You can find it in the zone. Okay. So I think we have taken most of the queries, and next time we will cover the syllabus first, and then in the end we will take the query. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you'll have a good day, and do prepare for the exam. All the best for your exam. Thank you so much. And classes are every day. Yes, classes are every day at 1 p.m. and we have two session of current 2, that is of June and July, that we will take, but otherwise we will cover the whole syllabus. Okay, and ARD static, all the important part we have given कि हम कौन-कौन से syllabus cover करेंगे, and it will be a continuous class. Don't worry. No, we will cover it by 23 or 24. Okay. Since you will have the time to revise too. It's not like हम class खींचे जा रहे हैं और आपके पास revise का time नहीं है. You will get the time of revision too. And don't worry, by 23 or 24 August, these classes will be completed. Don't worry, for the after we have completed this series, we will have a marathon session too. We will continuously revise it. Okay, but we also want to give you the time to prepare, and there are other syllabus too, other questions too. Okay, you have to cover ESI part 2, you have to cover current affair part 2. So I think you need the time for that. So for what we will do, we will cover it by 23, and after that there will be a marathon session that we will revise the ARD static part. Don't worry. Okay, Tarun has added the probably in his answer. Tarun, if you have any doubt, go back and revise. Okay, that's the advice for all of you, and that let's end our session here. If you don't have any query, and the class will be held continuously. If there is no technical error here. So one day there was a technical error at our part, so we couldn't upload the video. But at 1 p.m. you will find the video. Thank you so much for attending the lecture. I hope you will find this again very helpful for your examination. Do revise and have a good day. Bye bye.